Airbnb all day.
Maybe you should Airbnb your new spot so you can make some extra cash.
Then where would I live? That literally makes no sense.
You know who makes no sense? $4? You.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Just Adri. My name is Adriana. I'm so glad you could join me today. All right, y'all, so I'm switching up my content just a little bit. I'm still going to be doing anime content and Asian drama content, but starting this month, I'm going to be adding in content that features me talking about some of my favorite Black television shows. And I thought about this because when I was doing Black Friday, like the goal was to do it for February and for June, since June is Black Music Month and also Juneteenth is in June. So I was like, I'm going to do Black Friday in February and June. But when I thought about it, while I have enough anime to talk about, I'm going to run out of dramas real quick to talk about if I just stuck with Asian dramas. Like, even though you love a good, like, fantasy C-drama and a good historical K-drama, you also, like, love Insecure and Abbott Elementary and a Black Lady Sketch show in Harlem and all that good stuff. So why not do content about that, too? So I was like, you know what, me? You right. All right, so starting this Friday and hopefully going forward, if I'm consistent, every Friday here on out is Black Friday. Yes, let's get it. All right, so why not start off the official Black Friday, I guess, start, even though I really started in February, but why don't we start this one off by doing a tier list of one of my favorite shows of all time, Insecure. Yes, for sure. Yeah, I actually made this tier list myself. That's how much I love this show, because all the tier lists I found, they didn't have all the characters that I wanted to talk about. So I got 42 characters on this list. We're gonna be here for a minute in this video. And I have a lot to say about them, mostly good, because I have a feeling very few, if any, characters are going to cancel. Can't think of anybody right off the bat. Anyway, so this is clearly 5. The 5 categories are: you are my best friend. You are my best friend. I should be a lawyer. Yes, I really love you. Just so you know, this video might be confusing for some people who don't watch Insecure, because I'm going to be quoting a lot from that show. That is for the characters who are my favorite. Hashtag Bae are for the characters that I really like, but they're not my faves. Meh, of course, the standard meh for the characters who I don't like, I don't dislike. You know, they just was there. They cool. Broken P. The P in this instance is going to stand for person. And that is for the characters which I'm not a big fan of. And hashtag cancel are for the characters who I really dislike. All right, so let's start it off with the first 3 characters. Those are the characters from Issa's new apartment complex when she was a manager. Start off with Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson, who did not have a dog. Even though you could hear the dog barking in his apartment, he goes in Bae because he was funny. Benjamin, little boy Trina's son. What y'all doing? Eating tacos and kissing in the mouth? Also going in Bae because he was so funny. Chino.
Hey, Trina, can
We
I?
got squirrels in the walls.
Which wall?
They having babies. Girl, do something.
Okay, yeah.
Also going in Bae. All right, so now we got the We Got Y'all crew. I'm gonna put all of them, well, 4 of them in meh. We got Patricia, Ken, Kitty, and Sarah. They have like ignorant comments and stuff like, like Patricia, where she said, we should take the kids to Lemonade and then watch Lemonade as like a way to outreach to Black children. So they got little things like that, but they're like the annoying coworkers. They don't mean no harm, but they're like inadvertently racist. But because the show is a comedy, it's written in a funny way, so you can't be too mad because it's them being them. All right, so Justin, he is the teacher from the school that Issa is working at. Well, We Got Y'all partnered with and Issa's working at. And he's the first Asian guy who tried to hit on Molly, and Molly turned him down. But I'm also gonna put Justin in mid. Like, he was cool from what we saw of him, but we didn't see enough of him for me to put him any higher. Principal Gaines, yeah, I'm gonna put him in Broken P. Like, he was like very bigoted towards the Latino kids in his school. Like, I get it that you're trying to look out for the black students, but you can't like undercut the Latino students at the same time. Like, especially when you're a principal and in a position of power, like, maybe you should look out for both, all the kids. Look out for all the black and brown kids. How about that? Joanne is the director of We Got Y'all. She's an interpretation of, the liberal white person trope, the one who means well, but execution isn't always, the greatest. I'm gonna put Joanne in there. All right, then the last We Got Y'all person, Frida. I like Frida a lot. Unlike her coworkers and Joanne, I think she's more self-aware. When she had that disagreement with Issa in regards to how Principal Gaines is treating the kids, while I did get what Issa was saying, I was actually on Frida's side, because I was like, you know what, Frida's more on the right here in regards to treating the children, segregating the children. Like, it's not funny, but the way they presented it was funny. Oh my gosh. But I like Frida. Like, she's so happy-go-lucky and kind of got a little innocence about her. Like, she's so cute. All right, so now let's do the family members. Let's first do Molly's brothers, Jerome and Curtis. We do see some of their personality, but we don't see them enough in the show for me to put them any higher than that. Also with Molly's dad, I feel the same way about Molly's dad. Like, we see some of his personality, but other than that, the most we see of him, we hear of him in regards to his backstory is the fact that he cheated on Molly's mom and they reconciled after he was repentant about it. Molly's mom, however, I'm gonna put her in Bay because we do see a little bit more of her mom's personality, and I like her mom a lot. Her mom is really, really nice. Same with Issa's mom. And last for the family, we have Issa's brother, Amal.
Tiffany!
Amal!
Look at you! Look at the flying! And look at you with your coat.
And look at you with your... Shut the f*** up.
Wow, is that the official cake? Nobody else should even try.
Issa told me you can't read. Okay. Hey, guys.
What's up, Molly?
Hey.
Should we find our spots?
Hello, Amal.
I know, I saw you.
And I saw your shirt. Hello to your shirt, not you.
Okay.
Amal is going in #Bae. If not for nothing else, he's going in Bae because of his beef he has with Kelly, which even at the end of the show, we still don't know why exactly they had beef. Amal is just funny. Like, he's very sarcastic and he has like the slickest comments. It's like rude, but it's hilarious. All right, so this next section are the baes that didn't really stick around. First up is Church Bae. I don't even know her name, child, but that's the girl Lawrence was like very briefly interested in when he started trying to go back to church. I'm gonna put her here because she was nice enough, but we definitely didn't see much of her personality. Chris, that's the guy that Molly met from the league. I forgot Diane. I left her out. Diane probably would have been put in there. But anyway, this is the guy that Molly invited to Diane's party, and he was like, "Oh, I just came because you seemed a little desperate." He said it a little nicer, but that's basically what it meant. I'm gonna put him in mad too. Quentin, also mad. Quentin only goes in mad because like he didn't stick around a long time, but he was funny. Yeah, I think Molly should actually try to give him an honest chance, but that's neither here nor there. Same with Lionel. I think Molly should have gave him more of a chance. He was pretty nice. He was very sweet. And Aparna, same reason. We didn't see her that long on the show, so she stays in mad. But from what we did see of Aparna, I like her enough. But yeah, we just didn't see enough. Now Jared, on the other hand, he did stick around a little longer. I'm putting him in Bae because I liked Jared for Molly. Like, she really liked him at first, but she started cooling off of him a bit when she found out he didn't go to college. And that's back when Molly was like, her standards were super high when it came to men and finding a boyfriend. So she cooled off on him because he didn't go to college, and she cooled off on him again when she found out he was bisexual. So I'm going to put Jared in Bay because he was actually nice, and he gave Molly plenty of chances. Like, I would have been done with her immediately, but he gave Molly multiple chances, and yeah, they just didn't work out. Tasha, I also like Tasha. This might be a little controversial because I know a lot of people did not like Tasha. She was being kind of shady because Lawrence did tell her before he broke up with Issa, he did tell Tasha that he had a girlfriend, and she still tried to pursue him. So I get it, that was shady. But I really like her personality and her character. Like, she's just like a regular girl. And I guess she was just trying to find love, even though she probably should have not did it with Lawrence. But I like her enough. And TSA Bay, he was funny. That's the only reason why he's good at Bay. Like, he was hilarious. Neighbor Bay goes in, man. I feel like we didn't see enough of his personality. We saw him. Every time we saw him, he was like macking on Issa. Or just chilling by the pool or something. But like, as far as his personality goes, it wasn't enough for me. I tell you who we did see enough of was Thug Yoda. Hashtag Bay. He belongs in this section because you can't say C words around him because he a blood. Why are you sneezing? I got a bowl.
Is that you? No, you know I'm not gay. Hey, you beaut and you thick. What's your name?
This show is hilarious. I love this show. All right, next we have Crenshaw. Crenshaw is going in meh. Crenshaw was very aggy, so I could honestly put him lower. He's one of those, no, let me tell you right now, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish type people. Which I get it. Like, honestly, I understood where both he and Issa were coming from when they had that show dispute in regards to changing what the show looked like in order to appease Nothing But Water. I get that. But at the same time, I feel like Crenshaw was doing a little bit too much. And he was a little bit too hard on Issa. And then he turned around and he needed Issa back at the end because he wanted to open up a shop. And he realized, he kind of messed up his working relationship a little bit. So, but he's played by Kofi Cerebro, and Kofi Cerebro is fine. So that's in his favor. So Crenshaw is going in there. Koya is bae. I like Koya a lot. She's hilarious, especially the random nosebleeds at any time. Koya was a treat. I love her. Like, she was introduced way too late. She should have been introduced a little earlier to the show. But you know what? It's all good. I like Koya a lot. Torian. This might be controversial. Torian's going to meh. And the reason why is, like, for so long, Torian was introduced and presented as arrogant and full of himself. He was kind of a Morehouse stereotype, I hate to say. He was kind of a Morehouse stereotype. I really hate to say it, but he was. And then, like, in the last season, we see a different side of him where he's cooler, he's more relaxed, and he's even funny. But I feel like that turn was made kind of too late in the show. Basically, what I'm trying to say is if we had seen that other side of Torian a little earlier, and if his and Molly's relationship had been, established a little bit earlier, maybe I would have cared more. It's not that I didn't care at all. I just wanted to care more. Derek, Tiffany's husband. I'm going to put Derek in. Derek's enough. I like Derek. Derek's cool enough. Like, he's on the borderline of bae and meh. But I like him because he got some funny quotes in this show. Just like, oh yeah, my baby's crying. Oh yeah, sometimes she just don't F with Peppa Pig. And when he just randomly told them teenagers to shut the F up after they were heckling his wife and Kelly and them. Yeah, he's got some funny quotes. Dro Boo. Put Joe in Broken P. Like, actually, no. Joe's going to cancel. He's probably the only character that's going to go and cancel. Joe, child, listen, I'm not convinced at all that Joe was in an open relationship. Like, he might have been, but the fact that it was so vague, no. It leads me to believe that he might have been cheating on Candace. And the fact that he knew Candace was pregnant while he was carrying on with Molly. Like, I know everybody got their own thing, and open relationships have their own rules that are valid. But I don't know, having an open relationship while your main partner is pregnant, that seemed a little weird to me. But, you know, that's just me. But Joe, yeah. And he was like doing the most when it comes to boundaries. Like, Molly said, hey, let me get my key back. And he acted like he didn't want to give it back. Like, boy, if you don't get somewhere. Chad is funny. I like Chad. Chad is so ignorant. But like Derek, he has the funniest one-liners in this show. He got some of the funniest quotes in this show. And I love his clips where he's just awkwardly sipping on something while just staring at people open-faced. That's funny. All right, Condola, a girl who a lot of the timeline did not like. Calling her condominium, gondola, consequences. We're in a canola oil, comptroller. Y'all had all the names for this girl, Condoleezza Rice, all these names, bro. But I actually liked Condola. Like, she was actually pleasant. Like, I know she had her little things, and in the final season, in that first episode where it was just focusing in on Lawrence and her co-parenting, like, she was kind of being a little aggy. I get it. And ghosting Issa was not cool. I get that too. But, like, other than that, I thought Cola was Cola. See, now I'm doing it. Now y'all got me doing it. Now I'm doing it. But other than that, I think Condola was actually really nice. Like, everybody had flaws on this show. Like, everybody. Look at this whole list. This whole list is full of flaws. Everybody had flaws. So, yeah. And I don't understand why y'all had so much smoke for her wanting to keep her child. That is weird. Listen, everybody knows the consequences of when you have sex, whether it's protected or not. Everybody knows those consequences. How y'all gonna be mad at Condola for wanting to keep her child? But I digress. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and move to Daniel. Daniel, I'm trying to see. I think I'm gonna put Daniel in Bay. Daniel did have his moments where he was absolutely tripping. Sure enough. I think he's a nice guy. I just think he and Issa aren't the right people for each other. Both he and Issa were not the greatest communicators in their relationship, and that's kind of why their relationship suffered. Plus, I have a soft spot for Daniel too, because like Issa kind of did break his heart in the first season. All right, now we have our first entry into "You're my best friend." I gotta move it up. You are my best friend. Yes, I really love you. You are the cutest. Andrew, yes. Andrew, oh my gosh, he was so good for Molly. I think he was so kind. He was so sweet. He was so patient for Molly until, she worked his last nerve. But, yeah, he did have his flaws. I'm not gonna say he was perfect because he also, like Daniel, wasn't the best at communicating at the beginning of the relationship. Like, he was kind of closed off, which, that is a flaw. But he got over that. He worked on it. Him and Molly made it work for as long as they could. Molly really was selfish at that time. Like, she really was. Tiffany. Also going in, you are my best friend. Yes, I really... Yes, Tiffany was very bougie, okay? Yes, she was bougie, and yes, she was shady. But I thought she was such a very enjoyable character. And when she was going through her pregnancy, postpartum, it really made her sympathetic. and it kind of like I want to say humbled her. It kind of softened her a bit, and I guess my eyes, like before she was kind of, really, bitchy a little bit, but that really softened her, and like we get to see her be more relaxed and less uptight as the show goes along. Be human, Tiffany. You ain't gotta try to be perfect all the time. Act like you and Derek have the perfect relationship. Just be human. Kelly, also, you are my best friend. Yes, sir. Oh my gosh, Kelly. Kelly's funny. She's probably one of the funniest characters on this show. She had all the one-liners, bro. It doesn't hurt that she's the writer on Insecure, so she probably wrote some of the best lines for herself as far as like comedy lines go. She was hilarious, bro. The best one-liners on this daggone show. That whole Coachella episode, especially the part where she got tased. Oh, I was laughing. And then when they was all still high on Molly at the house just freaking out.
She won't do it. She's pregnant. Kelly, what's wrong with you? What? Okay, don't be mad. I thought we were going straight to Coachella when we got here. So I took an edible. I timed it out perfectly. Blame Molly. Who's laughing? Shut up. It's you.
I've always believed in you, love. You've got that American entrepreneurial spirit.
What are you doing?
My new beau, Darnell, is showing me Los Angeles.
I faked an accent when we met, and now I have to commit.
Don't make it weird. Darnell, darling!
Nathan. Whew. Okay. Bae. I did like Nathan, but I think it's the fact that when he did have bipolar, it's understandable. I get why he ghosted, but that doesn't really absolve him from his actions, was what I'm trying to say. Like, I understand he was having a hard time. I understand that you needed space, but I feel like you should have communicated that and been honest. Well, maybe not been honest. Maybe just, you don't even have to be honest about it. Just communicate that you need space for reasons other than you're not interested in Issa. When he ghosted her, yeah, that kind of knocked him out of "You Are My Best Friend." Like, I'm not gonna forget about that, Nathan. That was shady. But other than that, Nathan, he was cool. All right, Molly. You are my best friend. Yes, I really love you. You are so loyal. I should be a lawyer. Molly grew so much in the show, bro. She came a long way. Like, I liked Molly from the jump, but Molly really did have her moments where she was big tripping, bro. Like, often, especially during the third season with Dro. Oh my God, girl, you was doing a lot. No, that was second season, I think that was second season. But that season with Dro, and then with Jared, she was tripping. She quickly wrote off Lionel. Didn't even give Quentin a chance. Torian, I get it. I get it. Torian was a little. Torian was a lot. But even with Torian, she kind of stabbed him back in the back a little bit, just a little wee bit. And Andrew, she was doing a lot with Andrew. So Molly, she was a handful. I also was a handful in my late 20s. Like 27 to 29. I was a little bit much. The back part of 28 when I started to realize, listen, girl, you're doing a lot. And I started working on myself and trying to mature and be different. I started doing that in 28, but it kind of took until, honestly, 31 is where I think I kind of started to get out of that and be more secure in myself. See, this is the perfect name for this show, Insecure. So I started to get more secure in myself along about 31. So now I'm 32 and I feel way more secure. I think it's kind of with age and maturity. But anyway, I digress. I'm going off on a tangent. But anyways, Molly during this last season, you see that growth in her and see that she really has been working on herself and trying to change her ways and try to elevate. And it was really refreshing to see. And she was actually very pleasant that last season. Honestly, I would say she was probably one of the best parts of last season. Like, her and Issa's relationship was so nice to see, especially from where they came from in season 4, which also was relatable. But yeah, it was very nice to see that. Where we gonna put him? I hope the Lawrence Hive don't come for me. He is going in Bay. Actually, I'm lying. I should have put a spot between Bay and Meh, because that's how I feel about Lawrence. Lawrence really just never did it for me, y'all. Like, I like Lawrence, but he's also kind of mad at me. Lawrence is a little on the boring side, I hate to say. Like, he kind of is. And he kind of was this whole show. He was just a guy. Like, he was just a guy who did things. Like, he was a tech guy, and he had that spat of time where he was, trying to figure things out, and he was, being real reckless with his sex life in regards to, getting chlamydia and forgetting who he slept with. So he's calling girls, and the girl's like, we never slept together. That was a little bit reckless. And then Lawrence, honestly, he was kind of boring. Like, he was just kind of boring. Like, Nathan was funny. He had jokes and stuff. Lawrence, I guess he had jokes. I don't know. Or maybe it's because Lawrence frequently hung around way funnier characters like Issa and Chad. And they're much funnier than Lawrence was. And I think that's kind of why I think Lawrence was a little boring, because both Issa and Chad are just jokes. But, Lawrence, he's a nice guy. By the end of the story, I didn't care who really ended up with her. I was kind of hoping Issa would, get somebody new. That's what I was hoping they were going to go with. But Issa and Lawrence, they belong together, I guess. But anyway, last but not least, we're gonna do my favorite character. You are my best friend. Yes, I really love you. You are so loyal. You are so like me. Oh, Issa. I love Issa in this show. Like, she is by far the most relatable character on this show to me. Like, she's goofy. I'm goofy. She's awkward. I'm awkward. She's dated questionable men. I've dated questionable men. She's made questionable life choices. I've done that plenty of times. She's starting her own career, and I'm doing my little YouTube thing, hoping that it pops off. So, and she's just awkward in the body, like me. So Issa's so relatable. She kind of got similar flaws like I have, as far as overthinking, kind of doing the most. Kind of being a little bit flaky. Yeah, that's me too.
Well, unless you get a co-signer, not me. Or you can put down 3 or 4 months rent if you've been saving.
Ooh, I have been saving.
Okay.
I've been saving.
I've been saving.
I've been saving. I've been saving.
She been saving.
No, you know I eat out a lot.
Oh, girl. Lids?
I like my caps fitted.
That is just... Radio Shack ain't even a store no more. Rite Aid. You buying groceries at Rite Aid?
I buy panties there, too.
If I ever had to point out a character on any television show who I think is the closest in personality to me, aside from, because Issa had way more men than I have, unfortunately, okay? I'm celibate both by choice and not by choice. By choice because I choose to, but also not by choice because if I had the choice, I would have been found the right man by now, but I haven't. So I'm both celibate by choice and not by choice, but mostly by choice. But yeah, so Issa's sex life is way more popping than mine. But other than that, we're the same person, basically. But yeah, so there you have it. That is my insecure tier list. That is what I think about all of these characters. yeah, I think I got mostly everybody that was kind of a recurring character. And the only one off the rip that I know that I missed Diane. And like I said, she was a meh. But yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure some of y'all have different opinions. Y'all probably would put Eva Lawrence and Nathan like right here, but it's just my opinions. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, feel free to hit the like button. Also, if you want to see me do more tier lists on Korean dramas, black television shows, anime, Chinese dramas, all that good stuff, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post. I post on Fridays and Saturdays. I've been consistent lately. I'm finna start a new job, so let's hope that consistency continues. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.